So some of you have asked that I go through unfair dismissal with you guys. Some of you guys do know that I have my own HR consultancy company that I'm a managing director of. So I deal with these cases on a day-to-day basis. Okay, so let's get into it. What is unfair dismissal? Okay, and what grounds can I establish whether I've been dismissed, whether my dismissal has been fair? Okay, so there are two reasons that your dismissal could be unfair. First is substance, and the second one is procedure. So, substantial fairness is whether or not there has been enough reason for you to be dismissed. So, reason meaning, was there a rule that you broke in the company? So, was there a code of conduct that you broke or that you contravened and that you have been aware of? So, code of conduct and those set of rules are listed in an HR handbook that's designed by HR and approved by the managing director. And that handbook is published, and all employees are trained on those set of rules that governs everybody in the company and that keeps everybody intact. So those are the rules that you're not supposed to contravene, and there's obviously a sanction for every rule that you've broken in the company. Okay, so that's the reason. Okay, so reason could be, for instance, poor work performance. So you do know that in an HR handbook there is poor work performance as an offense, and then there's a sanction for poor work performance. Okay, so that's the reason. And then procedure is basically was the procedural fairness, were the right steps taken before I could be dismissed? The right steps meaning was everything ticked? Was all the right steps taken before I could be dismissed? And that could be, for instance, if you are dismissed because of poor work performance, where you put in a PIP process. PIP is a performance improvement plan. Was a performance improvement plan implemented, and what was the feedback before a disciplinary inquiry could be a last resort? Okay, so you need to establish if those steps were followed, the correct steps were followed before it could lead to a final step, which is a disciplinary inquiry. So that is procedural fairness, where all the steps taken before we could get to the final step, which is a disciplinary inquiry. I hope that this has clarified a lot of confusion for you guys, and you guys now you understand what procedural fairness and you understand what procedural fairness and substantial fairness are, and you're able to to tackle that on a day-to-day basis. Should you guys have any more questions or pending issues that you'd like for me to clarify for you guys, do send me an inbox. I will tackle that on the next video.